it's Amy here and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my demo of the new Tarte Double Duty Beauty Confidence Creamy Powder Foundation, and I actually put up my review yesterday and told you guys all the good things about this foundation and how much I've really been enjoying it and the different ways I like to wear it. So one of the ways I told you I like to wear is all over the face, just like a foundation, like it's meant to. And the other way I like to use it is to set any foundation that I use, specifically the other Tarte product, which is the Double Duty Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation. So that's the other way I like to use it, and this demo went up already, and so you will see me using this as a setting powder for that. So today I'm going to be showing you the way I like to use it when I'm just doing it as an all-over foundation. Since this is a powder foundation, I would suggest anything that you're going to use that's a liquid format to go in first, because anytime you go in with a liquid, I would suggest setting it with the powder anyways, so that way you're putting it on your face, blending it out, and then by putting on the foundation what's already powder, you're setting it at the same time. So I'm going to be going in with the Tarte Cosmetics Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer Concealer, just to conceal a little bit underneath the eyes and like down here. And if I was going out on like a normal day and stuff, I would use some correctors and all that stuff, but like literally I'm hanging out at home, putting on makeup, filming this stuff for you, and then gonna put a face mask on. So I'm not in the mood to start doing correctors and all that stuff, but I do want to show you guys that you can use a liquid product underneath it. And so I'm just gonna blend this into the skin a little bit with another Tarte brush that came with that amazing concealer. And I've done a whole review on that as well. I love this concealer to death. It's so great. And so now that we have that blended in, we can go in with the powder foundation. And then I am going to be using the brush that came with it that I love. That is just this really nice, pretty foundation brush on one side and then a sponge on the other. And I am going to use both sides. And this side does come off if you thought it was easier to like stamp on your skin. It does come off. And then you can put it right back in. And you can also wet this similar to like a beauty blender, but I don't really like that method. I think it's a little too wet to go stick it into the powder foundation. So what I actually like to do is to spritz it with my MAC Fix Plus and then go in with it. Now the first step that I always do is I do like a really thin base layer with the other side just to get like a little bit going on my face, and then I'll go in with the other sponge side and really build it up to a nice coverage and then finish it off one more time with a quick little layer. So I'm just going to be stamping this into the powder and then stamping it on my skin. And right now, since this is the first layer and I'm really wanting it to seep into the skin, I'm using like a tapping and pressing motion versus like a buffing and a circular motion. That way it really sets into our skin, and then we can use some more circular motions later on. But again, I'm just going in with like a really thin layer to start off with. And you can already see like one little layer looks really pretty on the skin. So now I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus, which you can use any other kind of setting powder, and I'm going to spritz the sponge a little bit. So then I'm just going to press it in and kind of like roll it around, not really rubbing, just kind of rolling. And now we've got a nice amount of foundation on our brush. And then I'm just going to stamp this into the skin again so that it really builds up nicely. And I find that maybe I've got like maybe like 3 times I can go in before having to spray a little bit more. But by doing this, it really gives you a more buildable coverage by getting it wet. And then sweeping it in with the sponge side and then using the brush side is what makes it so flawless looking. So again, I'm going to spray it with my MAC Fix Plus and go back in. And then now the forehead. And it looks really, like it covers up redness pretty well, like it claims to. And it's so nice on the skin. It is really, really creamy. It's not hydrating by any means like the other foundation, but it just is really creamy and blends into the skin really nicely. So that was the second light layer. And I mean a second light layer because I'm not really digging in and then really putting it all over the face. It's like just really nice little stamps to get it going. And then one more time, now I'm gonna take the brush, and now we can do a little bit more like buffing into the skin now that we got our base layer and our main layer on. That way it gives it a really nice finished flawless look. And plus, when we went in with the first 2 layers and really stamped it on, when I'm doing this, I'm not taking product and moving it all over the face anymore. Because we've already got it down, and now we are just basically setting it. So there is what it looks like, and if I didn't mention before, or if you haven't seen the other video, I'm in the lightest shade, which is Fair Neutral, and I will link down below the actual review of this product, but I love the way it looks. Like I said in the review, I haven't worn powder foundations in a really long time. Like, that's what I did when I was much younger in like high school, because I had, you know, fresh baby skin, and I just, you know, I wanted like a finishing touch to it, but I didn't want some full coverage foundation. And now, of course, like, I'm obsessed with full coverage foundation, and I just love the look it gives, but this gives a really nice coverage for it being a powder foundation. I'm impressed by it. I think it covers really well. I think it also sits on top of liquid products really nicely. That spot we went in with concealer, I probably would go in with like my Sigma F35 with more powder and set that like I normally would. So I'll show you that because it can't hurt. But otherwise, I think it sits really nicely on top of liquids, and that's why I suggest going in with the liquid first, because you normally would go in and set it anyways, and so we're setting it and using it as a foundation. But I think overall it looks really great. It gives a very nice medium coverage. You could definitely build it up more if you wanted to more of a full coverage like they claim. I think it starts to get a little bit powdery and chalky at that point. Not that this is a chalky product, but like you can just start to tell like that the powder kind of sits on your fine little baby hairs on your face. So I think doing like a medium coverage with about 1.5 to 2 layers is like the ideal method, and I'm just really impressed by it. I think it gives like a very natural skin-like finish. I mean, this looks just really pretty. If you want just a fresh, like awakened, brightening look and something really natural, this is like the perfect foundation for you. I also think this is absolutely perfect for people that have like really nice skin and no problem areas, and that you normally don't wear foundation, but you just want just a little touch of color to even everything out on your skin. Then I think you're really gonna enjoy this foundation. But I really like the coverage it gives, and I would be definitely really happy to wear this every day for work, and I think it just looks really pretty, and so impressed and so excited that I found a foundation that I could use. And just so you guys can see, there's like a little bit of like hard pan now because I had a little bit too much of wet product in there, and that'll go away with like the next layer that I go in with. But that's why I don't suggest using that sponge like all the way wet like you would with a normal beauty blender, because then I think it kind of cakes up your product too much. But just doing a little bit of MAC Fix Plus is the perfect combination. So I hope you guys enjoyed this demo and have checked out the review so you could hear all about the foundation and all the reasons why I love it. And if you enjoyed seeing how to use these products, then give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned to all my upcoming videos, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!